An Argentina win in this one would mean that the winner of their final clash against Japan goes into the quarterfinals. My name is Mark. Let's talk rugby. Argentina beat Chile. It's at the Stade de la Bourgeois in Nantes. It's on Saturday, 30th of September. Kickoff is 2 p.m. BST. This is world number 9 versus world number 22. But, given how both teams have performed in this World Cup, you would think that they were much closer in the rankings. We're going to have a look at the teams, starting with Argentina. They've actually made a fair few changes to the teams that we've seen, in previous games. Maybe, resting some players for that clash against Japan. That's, potentially going to be a winner takes all if they can win this one. Doesn't matter about bonus points or anything like that. If they get a win here, it's a straight shootout. But let's have a look at this team here. So front row is Sclavi, Creevy and Bello. So we've seen kind of a lot of chopping and changing in the front row, as they've kind of struggled there as well. So let's see how this unit goes together. Second row as well, we've got a few changes here. We got Petty and Rubiolo. So Rubiolo, kind of the one that we've seen most often in there, and he's probably been the better of the second row options as well that we've seen. Back row then. Martin Gonzalez is at 6 for this one. We've got Kremer at 7 and Isa at 8. So, it's a decent back row, but it feels like, they haven't really clicked this World Cup. And I wonder if they're going to, and they have to. I think they have to, if they're going to make that quarterfinal, because between themselves and Japan, I think it's whoever can actually, click and have a good game in that last pool game is probably going to win and go through. But into the backs then, half-backs, we got Kubeli and Sanchez. So again, a bit of changes there. I think I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but I don't think Kubeli has started this World Cup to date. But again, I could be wrong on that. Got Juan Imhoff on the left wing, like he's been kind of in there on the team for most of the year as well. Centre's got De La Fuente, who's the captain, and alongside Cinti. Got Isgro on the right wing and Bogado at full back. So, again, a fair few changes in the back line as well. Onto the bench, we got front row replacements are Ruiz, Vivas and Gomez Codella. So Gomez Codella has been kind of, swapping between the bench and starting as well. We've got Alemano there as second row cover. We've seen him starting the team. Got Oviedo for the back row. We got Bazan Velez, who I think has started at 9 a few times. We got Santiago Carreras there as well. Who's started at 10 in this, and we got Juan Cruz Malia, who's started on the wing as well. So, you wonder whether these were kind of planned changes for this game, as I said, where maybe they're holding players back for the Japan game, or whether this is a case of they're giving players a chance to put a hand up for positions because the frontliners haven't been producing. Maybe a bit of both, honestly. Okay, on to the Chile team then. Their front row, we got Carrasco, Bohm and Dittus. Dittus, he's been impressive this World Cup, but he's gotten 2 cards in have they played 3 games, right? 2 cards in the 3 games, I think, or let me just double check that they have actually only played or they have played 3 games and not just 2, but I'm pretty sure they have. Yeah, they played 3. Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, two yellow cards in 3 games. It's not good. If he's having good impact when he's on the field, but if he's missing for 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes every game, that's not a good thing for Chile. Second row, then we've got Pedrero and Eisman, another player who stood out for me, really good in that second row, and expect him to have an impact, in set piece, but also around the park. He's carried very well for them. Then we got Sigrin there, another good ball carrier, also threat at the breakdown as well for them. He's the captain. I think he's got a yellow card as well, though, at one point during this. Then we got Clement Saavedra at 7 and Martinez at 8. Into the backs, then we have Torrealba and Fernandez at 9 and 10. We got Laurenas on the left wing. Inside centre is Matthias Garafulik. And he's one that stood out for me. He seems to be the one that has the best kicking game in that back line, at least from what we've seen in the matches so far. And he seems to have that little bit of kind of all-round skill as well. That, I think if Fernandez wasn't there, he'd probably be playing 10. He's a good ball player, good enough ball player to that. Domingo Saavedra is at 13. You got Santiago Videla on the right wing as well. He's had some moments too, and Iñaki Ayarza for me has been very impressive at fullback too. So a few players who really put their hand up during this World Cup to say, listen, we can be as good as these bigger teams as well. So this they might not have looked at it before the tournament as being their best chance for a win. Well, now it's their only chance for a win because it's their last game. But they probably wouldn't have looked at this as being the best chance for a game or for a win. Sorry, but it probably is, given how poor Argentina have been. But Argentina, they still could make a quarterfinal, which I think is crazy. But on the bench here, then we got Dusayant, Luis Inostroza, Sarmiento, Escobar. He's I'm pretty sure Alfonso. It's either him or the other Escobar has got a try. Getting with Silva, Herores, and Uros on the bench too. So how do I think this one's going to go? Well, I think Chile really are going to have a go at Argentina, but they have issues themselves as well. Like I think they will get a few scores, they will get a few tries in this game, but Argentina are going to have periods where they're on top, and I think they're going to just be able to accumulate enough points to avoid, what would be I was going to say a big upset, but at this stage, how poor Argentina are, it would be an upset at least if Chile were to win it. But I do think that Argentina are going to come through, win this one, and then set up that, basically knockout game against Japan in a week's time.